What's up? This your man Drake Mac coming to you again with another video. This particular video, you know we gotta go over House of the Dragon episode 10 season finale. Oh my god, this had me all in my feels. But the real question is, are you ready? The finale starts off with Rhaenyra talking to Lucerys. He explains how he couldn't fill the shoes of Lord Corlys Velaryon. She explains that she too had to be in the same position as him, and she wasn't perfect either, but it was her duty to make sure that she positioned herself to be great without fear. Rhaenyra is interrupted by Sir Laurent. He tells her that Princess Rhaenyra just arrived and wanted to speak with her and Daemon. They are also told about the death of King Viserys and how Aegon II is now on the Iron Throne and presented in front of the whole kingdom. Daemon believes that the king was poisoned by Alicent and also asks Rhaenyra why didn't she turn into barbecue royalty when she escaped on Meleys. Rhaenys explained that she wasn't about to be a part of that. That wasn't even the best move, and she'd rather tell them about it so she could make a decision about if they want to go to war or not while she sit this out. Rhaenys warns them that the Greens are coming and they should get out of Dragonstone. Rhaenyra calls Jacaerys and Lucerys and explains to them the situation. Daemon really wants to go to war, so Rhaenyra had the boys to watch over him and not to give an order unless it came from her only. Then Rhaenyra goes into labor, and unfortunately it's early and she loses the baby prematurely. During the funeral, Sir Eric, the one with the E, comes and presents the crown of her father, King Viserys wore, and pledges his alliance to the rightful queen. Daemon places the crown on her head and everyone kneels to the Queen Rhaenyra Targaryen. Queen Rhaenyra, like her father before her, wants to keep the kingdom intact, so instead of going to war immediately, she wants to eliminate all possibilities first. So she wants to reach out to House Aegon, from which her mother was from, House Baratheon, which pledged her father that they would support Rhaenyra when she became queen, and also if the Baratheons follow suit, so would Winterfell. Daemon feels slighted about what happened and really wants to go to war. He explains all the dragons that they had compared to the Greens. He gives a list of the dragons, which includes Syrax, Coraxes, Meleys, Vermax, Arax, Tyraxius, and Moondancer. He also included an unclaimed dragon like Vermithor, the oldest of all the dragons. Sir Eric tells Daemon and Rhaenyra Otto Hightower was there to talk. So Otto and Daemon are on the bridge, similar to what they were in episode 2. And just like in episode 2, Rhaenyra comes in on her dragon behind Otto. Otto addresses her as princess when she quickly gave him that that's queen to you. He demands her to recognize Aegon II as king, and in return, he'll put her and the children in royal positions within the realm and pardon all those who conspired against the throne when Daemon tells them where he can stick that offer. Otto says that he already talked to House Baratheon, Tully, and Stark, and they are all interested in the king's offer. Rhaenyra is already scrambling for allies in her claim and knows that that'd be a blow if she couldn't turn them. Otto decides it's better to catch flies with honey than it is with vinegar and pulls out a page that Rhaenyra gave Alicent when they were kids. He explains that Alicent still loves her and has high regards for her, even though Daemon is ready to kill everybody up in here, which Rhaenyra stops. Rhaenyra gave Otto the old "I think I'll think about it and just come back tomorrow" line when you give someone that's trying to sell you something that you don't really want and give them an out. She knows if she goes to war, there won't be a kingdom left to rule because she'll burn it to the ground. Daemon clearly didn't agree with this because they stole her birthright and she could just fight back. Rhaenyra explains to Daemon about the oath they pledged and about the Song of Ice and Fire when Daemon went WWE King on Rhaenyra and told her dreams don't make kings. Once it hit that Rhaenyra only shared that with her when he was in his right state of mind, that her and only her would share that special information, and she is the rightful ruler of the Seven Kingdoms. Lord Corlys Velaryon has finally recovered from his wounds, where Rhaenys scolded him about leaving saving her while they lost their children. He explains he didn't really have a purpose for his life and was basically lost, so he went and fought the Triarchy. He really wanted to see them and his wife on the Iron Throne, and with their heirs gone, so was he. Rhaenyra explained all the things that she went through while he was at sea led to nowhere, and at the end of the day, he just wants to be happy. Honestly, Corlys didn't want to support Rhaenyra until Rhaenyra tells him that she is the thread holding the kingdom together right now from everybody wanting to go to war. So he decides to go ahead and support her. Lord Corlys arrives to speak with the members of the Black Council. He explains that Viserys ruled in peace and unity, and what the Hightowers just did can't be taken lightly. So Lord Corlys says that the House Velaryon will proudly support the Queen. With this move, Rhaenyra has control of the narrow seas and could completely cut off trade routes through King's Landing. So Rhaenyra gave orders to Jacaerys to go to the Eyrie, the seat of House Arryn, and then to Winterfell to meet with Cregan Stark. So they leave, and we watch as Lucerys meets with the Baratheons. Lucerys looks in the distance and can hear something. As he walks in, Aemon Targaryen has already been sent by Otto Hightower to speak with Varys. Lucerys delivers a message that his mother instructed Varys to remind him of the deal Aemon made to him. He asks, would he marry one of the daughters at least, and Lucerys was like, nah, I'm cool, I'm already in a committed relationship. Then Aemon started to agitate Lucerys by calling him a bastard and demanded that he give him an eye like the one he took from him as a kid. He even shows him the new sapphire eye in place of the real eye. Lucerys explains that he didn't come to fight, and even Varys had to tell them, hey, no blood on the dance floor like Michael Jackson. So Lucerys leaves while it's pouring rain and heads back to Dragonstone. As Lucerys rides off, Aemon trying to scare him or intimidate, Lucerys flies over him and around him. Aemon's dragon looks like an Air Force One compared to Lucerys' dragon look like the crop duster that Rey tried to escape in on the movie Life. We get a cool sequence though when Lucerys rides his dragon through the canyon almost like the Millennium Falcon on Star Wars. When Vhagar got close, Lucerys' dragon Aerys spit high fire like Dyline, and Vhagar wasn't having none of that. Both riders are screaming to get control of the dragons when Vhagar devours Lucerys and Aerys with one bite. Daemon gets word of what happened and tells Rhaenyra, where you can see that she is upset and turns to the camera with tears in her eyes as the episode ends. This kicks off the Targaryen Civil War, Dance of the Dragons. Alright, so my overall thoughts on all of this. First of all, kudos to the Game of Thrones team bringing this back, refresh with a prequel like, you know, House of the Dragon. This is something that I got into because, again, like I said on my first video, I never watched anything Game of Thrones, and this most definitely had me hooked. Through the last 10 weeks, I absolutely enjoyed it. I'm about to go binge watch Game of Thrones now because now that the season finale is over with, I can go back and catch up with what happens after this. But first of all, like I said, kudos to the writing. Oh my God, that ending. Oh my, I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't expecting that. That ending was nuts when Vhagar the dragon just devour Aerys. I mean, he kind of spit at him, but he's a little bitty dragon for a little guy, man. You know, Lucerys was the one. He was just, he just seemed like he was you know, I guess, like you got that kid that's just nice, and he just wanted to do what his mother, you know, told him to do. You know, you could tell, you know, I mean, all of her kids, she loves her kids. Rhaenyra loves her kids. And this one, man, I mean, it hit me. You know, it was still dope. Her walking around with the crown on her head, they had the slow motion walk. I'm like, this is gangster, though. This is gangster. Aemon is still out here looking like an anime villain. You know what I'm saying? With the long hair and the eye patch. He looked like he's supposed to be on Castlevania or something. But this was solid. This was solid. Otto Hightower got exactly what he wanted. He got into, you know, he got his grandson on the Iron Throne after all this time and manipulating and manipulated Alicent. It was crazy. This episode was absolutely amazing. There was no Alicent in this episode, you know, at all. And this sets up season 2 so perfectly. I know a lot of people was like, oh, this stuff happens, you know, but because we didn't get that and it started the kickoff for season 2, I can't wait. And yeah, we gonna have to wait, you know what I'm saying, a year or two before season 2 comes out. But man, did I absolutely enjoy this? Hell yeah. This was literally the best show next to The Boys that I've watched all year. But as far as the feelings, like, oh man, you know, like I'm upset right now that this is over. You know what I'm saying? This is done. This is how good the writing was. The Boys was absolutely amazing. Let me take nothing away from The Boys. The Boys was absolutely amazing, like they always are. But for me, getting into the Game of Thrones and being introduced in this way was so impactful, and I advise anyone from the sound of my voice, go and watch House of the Dragon. It was absolutely amazing. Literally 10 out of 10. This was literally the best show next to The Boys I've watched all year. So what do you guys think? What did y'all guys think about episode 10, man? Put in the comment section. Let's talk about it, man, because I feel so bad for the little dude, man. He didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that. But make sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Make sure that you hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace and Vampire.